moment of silence and a salute to the flag. I pledge allegiance
To the flag of the United States of America and to the republic which stands one nation under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Adequate notice of this meeting was provided to the Westfield Leader, advertised on January 9, 2014. Notification was sent to the Star Ledger and prominently posted on the Municipal Public Bulletin Board and filed in the office of the Municipal Clerk, informing the public of the time and place according to the provisions of the Open Public Meeting Law, Chapter 231, Public Law, 1975. At this time, I'd like to remind everyone to please turn off their cell phone, BlackBerry, or silence them. And if you must take a call, we'd appreciate it if you did it out in the hall. Roll call, please, Ms. Ariano.
Mayor Petracchi?
Here.
Council President Palmer?
Here.
Councilman Martin?
Here.
Councilman Matthews?
Here.
Councilman Niersted?
Here.
Councilman Petrozelli?
Here.
Councilwoman Tedisco?
Here.
Minutes, please, Ms. Ariano.
Regular meeting of the Mayor and Council held on March 25th, 2014. Executive session number 1 of the Mayor and Council held on March 25th, 2014. Executive session number 2 of the Mayor and Council held on March 25th, 2014. The workshop session of the Mayor and Council held on March 25th, 2015.
Are there any corrections or changes? May I have a motion to accept the minutes as presented?
I'll make a motion to accept the minutes as presented, Mayor.
Is there a second?
Second.
Thank you. Ms. Ariano, communications, please.
New Jersey State League of Municipalities, Mayor's Facts Advisory,
Received and filed.
Township of Cranford Resolution,
Received and filed.
Board of Valley Sewage Authority, minutes,
Received and filed.
Garwood Planning Board minutes,
Received and filed.
Garwood Board of Health minutes.
Received and filed. Ordinances. We have the introduction of an ordinance this evening. Ms. Ariano, please read the ordinance number 14-06 by title only.
An ordinance to provide for a revised rate schedule for 2014 pursuant to 134-16 in Article 5, Industrial Waste and Fees in Chapter 134 Sewers of the Code of the Borough of Garwood for the industrial user charge provided for in 134-15.
May I have a motion to introduce ordinance 14-06?
I'll make a motion to introduce ordinance 14-06.
May I have a second?
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Roll call, please, Ms. Ariano.
Council President Palmer.
Yes.
Councilman Martin.
Yes.
Councilman Matthews.
Aye.
Councilman Niersted.
Yes.
Councilman Petrozelli.
Aye.
And Councilwoman Tedisco.
Aye.
Committee reports. Councilman Martin, please.
No report, Mayor.
Public Health, Councilwoman Tedisco.
No report, Mayor. Next meeting's June.
Streets, Roads, and Ecology, Councilman Niersted.
Thank you, Mayor. The Streets and Roads Committee met and discussion included the following items. We are continuing our research into the true costs of the borough running its own garbage pickup operations with the goal of obtaining true comparisons with a similar operation run by the private sector. The purpose of this research is to eventually put out an RFP for borough garbage pickup, thereby allowing the DPW employees to undertake other public work tasks and to perhaps save the borough money. We're also continuing our research towards making a recommendation regarding the costs and benefits of running the borough recycling program with borough employees, thereby keeping the profits ourselves, or continuing to have it operated by the private sector. The employee who had been hurt did return to work and then unfortunately aggravated his injury. So he's out again. DPW has commenced using seasonal help, but they're still down one person. DPW continues to work furiously in patching the potholes caused by the winter storms. Residents are urged to contact the DPW directly if you're aware of potholes that they have not yet fallen into or filled. Dump truck has not yet made an appearance. I'll keep you informed of its delivery when it arrives. I have received some comments in response to our letter to the editor asking for resident comment on snow issues this past winter. We look forward to submitting ordinance change recommendations in the near future. The DPW had to request the assistance of Cranford and Westfield for separate sewer blockage incidents on North Avenue recently, as our sewer jet was incapable of breaking them. I mention this to everyone because I want you to recognize it as a heads up that we may need to purchase a new sewer jet or at least put it into our capital improvement plan, as it is over 20 years old and it was not capable of taking care of these two blockages. And finally, I'd like to reiterate what Mr. Almonte said. I'd like to thank Superintendent Fred Corbett and DPW employees for their dedicated work this past winter, and we hope that the spring brings easier times for them. And that's it for my report, Mayor.
You have heard the report of street, roads, and ecology. Do I have a motion to accept?
Be received and spread across the minutes.
Do I have a second?
Second.
Any comments?
Quick question, just, do they have a ballpark figure on that sewer jet? Or is that something that we just find?
No, I literally found it out today about 11:30.
Yeah, when you find out, we'll just let us know. Check the lights and
So you've been worried about it? I know it may require, cost expenditure, Mr.
everything. Just
Massey.
know what it is, 5,000 or 20,000, right? Thank you.
Councilman Yurcheck, just one question. Where on North Avenue would the cost is?
Where you traditionally find them and where they have had them in the past, it's either coming from the Westwood or it's coming from ShopRite. We did not identify your house.
No, that's not what I'm asking. Because when the sewers do their thing, it smells like natural gas, that's
Right.
all. So, that was mine.
No, what they actually think is that it's seems to be linen. So they're thinking from the Westwood, but not sure yet.
Oh, I don't have a washing machine, so it's
Right.
not me.
Well, as we know, they have many.
Yes, they do. Thank you.
You are.
You have heard the report. Okay, so we have a motion and a second. Is there comments? All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Fire, Councilman Matthew?
No report, Mayor. Am I getting any fire report? I didn't get that in the last, because usually we get it like the first day, we get it either, right? It wasn't just me?
The fire chief sent an email asking you to appoint to recommend this fellow.
Okay. Okay, I don't
He
remember.
probably made some of his, he sent it today or yesterday?
I did send it there yesterday.
Today or yesterday, I'm not sure. That's just the contents, the attachment, not the email. He asked you to make that recommendation to, accept him.
All right, well, we'll take care of this at the next meeting. But
I
the other thing I just needed was I was just wondering if we got the thing with the mutual aid hours and things like that.
I think the email said something like he had him scheduled a class or something. I'm not sure, or something like that, I don't remember.
Okay.
Oh.
Okay, this might be no report. Finance, Councilwoman Felicia.
No, well, just a short report, that I just want to remind the public to attend the public hearing on the budget on April 22nd. This is at our next regular council meeting, and that's all. Thank you, Mayor.
Buildings and grounds, Councilman Petrozelli.
No report, Mayor. I'm trying to set up that other meeting.
Okay, thank you. Laws and license, Council President Thomas.
No report, Mayor. I will be setting up a meeting as soon as,
Let me have it.
I'm sorry, I have a report, but I will be setting up a meeting with our committee once I do have something on that dumpster ordinance from Mr. Renan. And I do have a report on the applications for raffle licenses on the agenda tonight. The committee recommends the adoption of resolution number 14178 for application of one on-premise 50/50 raffle license to be held on June 8th at the Garwood Street Fair, Garwood Rocks, by Paul Jackson Fund. And the Laws and License Committee also recommends the adoption of resolution 14185 for the application of one on-premise 50/50 raffle license to be held on June 8th at Garwood Street Fair, Garwood Rocks, by Liberty Hose Company, Garwood, New Jersey. That is all for my report, Mayor.
Thank you. You have heard the report of laws and license. Do I have a motion to accept?
Be received and spread across the minutes. Recommendations there and be adopted.
Do I have a second?
Second.
Thank you. Any comments? All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Recreation, Councilman Petrozelli?
No report, Mayor. Next meeting is the 16th.
Committee on Aging, Council President Palmer?
No report, Mayor.
Library, that's me. The Board of Trustees of the library met last Wednesday. I just want to mention a couple of things before I get into report from Mrs. Lombardo. Excuse me. Thank you. At the last library board meeting, it was brought to our attention that overall circulation of books from the library was down, and it was felt that it was probably due to the bad weather over the winter, and that they were also going to have to start more advertising of their e-books to the residents in town, and to make sure that their articles land in the local newspapers. Also, the director is working on an emergency procedural manual, and something that the council they were very happy about was that the really increased fines were generating more revenue, and those fines are more in line with what the surrounding towns are doing. So that was good. Also, 2 teachers who retired donated 2 books to the children's section of the library, and a plaque was put within each book donating that the book was from that teacher. They're looking forward to some events for April, and they're going to present a variety of entertainment for all ages. On April 10th will be a spring craft for children grades 2 and up at 3:15. Registration is required. On Tuesday the 15th, during the week of the Lincoln School Break, there will be a magic show for the young children ages 2 to 8, presented by Muscle Man Mike at 1:30 in the afternoon. The program is free, but again, registration is required as space is limited. And on Wednesday, the 23rd at 7, the library will present A Touch of Sinatra, narrated by Joe Gilligan and performed by Donnie Ferrara. The program will include some anecdotes about Mr. Sinatra's life and career, as well as a performance of many of his songs, including Several Men, Got You Under My Skin, and of course, New York, New York. And again, registration is required for that as well. You can register for the events at the library in person or by phone, and all those events and much more can be found on their Facebook page and on the library website. The library will host, and this is important, Amnesty Week from Monday, April 21st through Saturday, April 26th. So any overdue books you might find under your kid's bed, etc., you may want to bring back, and no fines will be collected. Items can be overdue days, weeks, months, or years, no questions asked. And over the years, I have brought back books myself that turned up like 5 years after somebody moved out of my house. So it's amazing what you might have around, and that concludes my report. May I have a motion to accept, please?
Be received and spread across the minutes.
Is there a second?
Second.
Any comments? All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Thank you. School Board Liaison, Councilwoman Tedisco.
Thank you, Mayor. I would again just like to remind everybody to attend the annual appreciation dinner of the Education Foundation of Garwood, to be held on April 24th at 6:30 p.m. at the Westwood. This year there are 2 educators to be honored. Mrs. Karen McCarrick is one, and Mrs. Karen Lukovic, the school nurse, is the other. The EFG will also be celebrating its 10th anniversary that night. Please see a member of the EFG if you need tickets, or you could also contact the school. They are $45 per person. And also, I attended the talent show on Friday night. It was a very impressive performance there. My brother participated for the first time, so that's why I really went. But it was nice to see everyone, and they did a really nice job. I think it really does build the confidence in the students to get up there on the stage. Some of them, even in the second grade, performing solo acts, and it really takes guts to do that, so I give the students all a lot of credit for doing that. And it was actually a sold-out night, so pretty impressive as well. And that's all for my report. Thank you, Mayor.
Thank you. You have heard the report of the school board liaison. Do I have a motion to accept?
Be received and spread across the minutes.
Do we have a second?
Second.
Any comments? All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Celebration of public events and holidays liaison, Councilman Martin.
Yes, Mayor, very, very good news. The Easter Bunny made his annual appearance last Saturday. To the delight of about 135 kids, and lots of eggs were found and distributed, and we have apparently some eggs left over for next year. So thanks to Mrs. Bellagio and her committee for planning that. Also good news with a new project, Movies Under the Stars, September 17th, I believe.
It's right for tonight.
Right here.
Sure. No. Yeah, 19th, I'm sorry. And so that'll be the first movie, and we have potential sponsors in Spencer Bank, potentially the Y, and I understand also the Chamber. Yeah. That is all from my report, Mayor.
You have heard the report of celebration of public events, holidays liaison. Do I have a motion to accept?
Be received and spread across the minutes.
Is there a second?
Second.
Any comments? All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Union County Air Traffic Noise Advisory Board Representative, Councilman Matthews.
No report, Mayor.
Athletic Field Complex Project Committee Representative, Councilman Petrozelli.
Thank you, Mayor. The 2-week update is as follows. Roofing fabric and paper has been installed to protect the sheathing. Metal roofing is still in production and is estimated to be completed by April 21st. The siding is 80% complete, and the balance will be done once the roof is installed. The interior sheathing has begun. Plumbing and HVAC rough is about 75% complete on the inside. The electric rough is complete, and they're waiting for the electrical inspection to happen later this week. Exterior windows are installed. The decking lumber will be delivered by the end of this week. The gas service has been installed and the meter has been set. Water service has also been installed, and we are still waiting for the electric company to get back to install their wiring. I spoke to the guy today. He said hopefully they'll have that they will be there this week, but they'll definitely have it done within the next 2 weeks. Unfortunately, the weather is kind of putting them out because of the rain. Also, the field perimeter work is still on hold. Now that the snow's down, now things are a little too wet, and they're also waiting for temperatures to moderate before they can put the field down. The next meeting will be tomorrow, April 9th, 10 a.m. at Borough Hall. And just a little shout out, baseball opening day is 9 o'clock this Saturday. The parade will start at Washington School, and it will head into Unami Park, just like it did last year. And that's all from our report.
Thank you. You have heard the report of the Athletic Field Complex Project Committee Representative. Do I have a motion to accept?
You received and spread across the minutes?
Do I have a second?
Second.
Thank you. Any comments? All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Officers' reports, Ms. Ariano.
Municipal tax collector Ari Creswell monthly report from March 2014.
Public comment. Is there,
Now, I think you have to make a motion to accept the office.
it's not on, oh, I'm sorry.
I'll make a motion to accept the officers' reports.
Second.
All in favor?
All right.
Okay, public comment. I'll get to you, Mr. Conlon. I just want to ask if there's anyone in the audience who wishes to address the mayor and council. Please step to the microphone, please state your full name and address, and limit your comments to 3 minutes. It would be greatly appreciated. Mr. Conlon, you had your hand up.
John Conlon, 351 Hemlock Avenue.
I see there is a time recorder at the left-hand side of the room. So if you would answer one question, I can stay within the 3-minute qualification. Now, first question is, has a contract been signed with wiring to the police department from the athletic field, the complex?
Contract as far as what? As far as,
The cameras, the stanchions to support them, and also wiring to the police department.
no contract has been signed yet.
Well, then I must proceed. I've had considerable experience, 55 years, with video cameras, photographs, and almost lost my job as a principal of Henley School when, for political reasons, I was criticized, and that was the time of behind the kitchen door. And secrecy was paramount in that reading day. And as I say, I almost lost my job and my principalship because of political interference in a Board of Education meeting. And unfortunately, and I can say that at this time, unfortunately, the person doing the most criticizing won the election. Very disappointed to me. Because in my opinion, we had the finest cafeteria dining in the district, and for all I know, maybe in the state. But things didn't work out the way I planned them, because unfortunately, we were subjected to parents having lunch and grandparents as well in our school cafeteria. And it, as a result, become a little difficulty to serve everyone. But let me move on. I think we have the finest dining cafeteria in the school system. No, I don't think, I know. But it created additional problems. Now, my final question is, when are you going to sign the contract for video cameras and stations to support them for the entire field, and ultimately refer the wiring to the police department? And I think that you will save our police department considerable time. In addition, you will solve the problem of vandalism in the athletic complex. So with that, when will we sign the contract? And I understand you don't need to do that because someone is going to donate the $44,000 money necessary to do it. That's a very generous offer, and I hopefully would like to commend the person who is willing to donate that very generous sum of money to the Borough of Garwood. So where do we go from here?
Would that be you making the donation, Mr. Conlon? Because
I'm sorry?
I haven't heard of such a donation being offered.
So
Very on- I'll be
no
very honest with
contract has
everybody.
been signed and no discussion is ongoing.
Well, actually, there is ongoing discussion about the camera system down at the athletic field, but nothing has been signed yet. We're still waiting for numbers. But if you know someone who wants to make that sizable donation, that would be great. That would really help.
Am I correct in assuming that the money is going to be donated by a Garwood resident?
I don't know about that.
They don't know about that.
I don't know about that.
Well, it sounds that on the other side of the table, we need to make that known, and also the procedure to accomplish the things that I'm suggesting.
Ms. Palmer, you have a question on this?
I'm just confused, Mr. Collin. If you know something we don't know, you need to shed light on it.
I can't hear you, which
If you know
brings me
something,
to another complaint that I have, and that complaint would be, I don't think anyone needs to have me stand or talk to either side of the room, because my voice is strong enough, thank the good Lord. Now, why don't you people all use, including the attorney, microphones? The technology is with us that can be, I don't think you should interrupt me. May I go on, Mayor?
well, Mr. Conlon, if you know of who this individual is, if you could let us know, and it does not to be made, need to be made public, if they prefer not to, they can reach out to me, and I am not at all adverse to accepting private money for projects that need, could be completed. It's news to, obviously, it's news to all of us up here.
It's not my intention to make this public.
No, I understand that, that's what I mean, so,
All I'm doing is asking questions and encouraging your body to make a decision, and make it soon. Because if it's made after the building is complete, it's going to cost a heck of a lot more to do it. And walls will have to be turned down, and you'll have the additional cost for construction, and wiring would have to be run through the entire building. And I think personally, that is a waste of money.
thank you very much, Mr. Conlon, and I'll reach out to you to facilitate this situation.
Well, certainly, the construction costs, which have been overrun by now, are going to become a lot larger if it's not put out for bid and under contract. And I have had experience in that area for 55 years too.
Thank you very much. Any other public comments? Mr. Patterson?
Good evening, Mayor and Council. Bruce Patterson, 325 Low Avenue. That sounds great if somebody would donate that, but I think I understand what he's saying about it. It just can't be given to the government. It has to go through some other way.
No, I'll try talking into the microphone so everybody can hear me. All anybody has to do to donate money is to write a check payable to the Borough of Garwood. There's no procedure. So, step right up.
By the way, it wasn't me.
Don't we do that with taxes?
4 times a year.
It's not a gift.
Is that easy? Whoever's hurrying out there.
Nothing to it.
All right, I'd just like, could somebody explain change order number 9 on the last page? It's for additional framing for foundation change, $27,900, which is now negotiated down to.
Mr. Patterson, that's not on the consent agenda, and I think that was inadvertently added to the resolution page.
So actually, it should be crossed off. Is that what
Yes.
it is?
Yeah.
It's not being presented this
Oh,
evening.
okay.
It'll be presented next time.
Well, can I ask about it?
No. Ask about it next time. It's not, it was accidentally added to the resolution page by the staff when they created the agenda this afternoon. It doesn't belong there. It's not really supposed to be
All
there.
right. But obviously, there's a cloud cover that.
It's not on the agenda. If you look on the agenda part, it's not on the
All
agenda.
right, yeah, I do notice that.
Okay.
All right.
Excuse me, point of order, Mayor, Mr. Patterson can ask anything he wants.
Yes.
No, by all rights, I shouldn't even know about it. That's just, the public should be aware of
It
it.
was not supposed to be
And
on.
I could easily just save that question until next
Save
time.
it till
It will be
next
on the
week when
agenda
it
next
shows up.
time.
Okay, so be prepared. Whatever the answer.
We definitely
Let's
request
stay
that.
warned.
All right, in fact, I actually just answer it before I even ask the question. That would be easy. But anyway,
Maybe we will.
I just want to go back to the county, Union County freeholder budget. And I just want to mention, this is the first time that it's actually passing the level of $500 million. They're spending $500 million a year.
How much a day?
How much, I didn't divide it out, but whoever it's calculator, 1.38, or whatever it is, But it's half a billion dollars, $500 million. This is the county. I mean, yes, somewhere we do get services, and there's indirect services, but for that much money, I think you really should be outraged. The only reason is because we don't even know what the tax impact is that Garwood's getting or any other towns. I mean, we will know it, but after they vote, which is interesting, because we have no say in what our taxes are going to be until after they vote. Then we can say, well, wait a minute. It's all based on equalized values according to all the towns, whatever it is. And the average right now is $84, and a $13 million increase. And like they always do, they'll probably knock it down by $1 million, hopefully maybe $2 million, but still, it's there. Obviously, they're not considering that the towns are working hard and the Board of Ed is working hard. Just to whittle down on the borough end at $39, and you sweated it out, I'm sure. You started at $146, right, or something like that. And you get it down to $40 to $39. I mean, I commend you for all that. That was like that 146 or whatever. I'm sure it was a kind of a wish list budget. And the county has the same wish list budget, but more or less they stick to what the budget is. And this year it'll be over $500 million. And I just want to, not to belabor, because you've listened to me many, many times talk about the county, but I just want to tell you, this year they actually gave the mayor of Fanwood, they created a job for the mayor of Fanwood. They created a job for the mayoral candidate for Linden, Roshana Cosby Hurley or something. She has now thrown her hat in the ring, and her name's out there now. She's running for mayor. They gave her a job at the county. I mean, is it a coincidence or patronage? But I mean, these are issues. I've been up there andVe been thrown out, but there's a resolution I've been harping on. $200,000 is given to I'm not even going to mention his name, but it's given to a company run by a fellow who actually was caught up in an insider trading scandal and had to resign as a chief of staff from the McGreevy administration. They're giving him $200,000. I mean, there's egregious, blatant abuse that the county is doing, and you represent the local residents, the Garwood residents, and every year, probably for the last 10 years, maybe 12 years, we have voted against the incumbent freeholders.
You got half a minute.
You're going to throw me out because I'm explaining this.
No.
So I suggest, as representatives of the residents, please take a stand, step up, pass some kind of resolution. If you want, I'll help you write it. But saying no more. Berkeley Heights last year passed, and it's like an ad hoc referendum. It wasn't firm, but anyway, to secede from the county. I mean, people are getting fed up, and here you are, sitting back, doing nothing. And I've been talking about this even in past administrations, before you came on board. Who's here? Is anybody here? No, but anyway, I'm still talking about it. So I suggest, get together, pass a resolution. That was one of your platforms. That was one of Matthew's platforms.
You're
To
absolutely
stand
right.
up to the county. $500 million. $500 million. People showing up with creative jobs. You know, that obviously is straight patronage. They're trying to feather the nest, I guess, or use that as manipulation. But this is the problems we're facing, and we have no control. I go down there, and the freeholders, I mean, the council people, they hear me speak. I mean, yeah, they give me lip service. Sometimes they throw me out, of course. But I'll tell you, I take it to them. I thank them when they need to be thanked, but I also criticize them when they need to be criticized. And I come here and I explain it to you. And you represent us. And we vote against the incumbents every year for at least the last 10 years. So I suggest you take it on yourself, if you really do represent us, to put some kind of resolution forward, make some kind of motion, just put something forward, taking a stance on our behalf. We're being taxed to death. The council worked hard to get the taxes low, and they just pass whatever they have to pass. You know, they do little lip service, $1 million they cut, but that's it. Then they just pass everything on, and it's $500 million, $500 million budget.
Thank you for your comments, Mr. Patterson. Is there anyone else who would wish to make any comments at this point in time? There seeing no one else, we'll close the public comment portion of the meeting and move on to the consent agenda. Are there any resolutions that anyone wants to leave from the consent agenda? May I have a motion to adopt the consent agenda as is?
I'll make a motion to adopt the consent agenda as is, Mayor.
May I have a second?
Second.
Roll call, please, Ms. Mariano.
Council President Palmer? Aye. Councilman Martin?
Aye.
Councilman Matthews?
Aye.
Councilman Mearsted?
Yes.
Councilman Petrozelli?
Aye.
And Councilman Fidzisco.
Aye.
Great.
Is there any new business that the mayor and council may have? Do you have anything new going on? No? We'll move on to payment of claims. Ms. Ariano, please read the payment of claims resolution.
Be it resolved that the following claims as approved be and the same are hereby ordered paid when properly signed and verified, and the payment of payrolls assets is hereby confirmed and ratified.
May I have a motion to adopt the payment of claims?
Motion to adopt the payment plan.
May I have a second?
Second.
Roll call, please, Ms. Ariano.
Council President Palmer?
Aye.
Councilman Martin?
Aye.
Councilman Matthews?
Aye.
Councilman Mearsted?
Yes.
Councilman Petrozelli?
Aye.
Councilwoman Fidzisco.
Aye.
The regular meeting of the mayor and council will be held on Tuesday, April 22nd, 2014 in council chambers at 7:15 p.m. Workshop session to start at 7. There will be a public hearing in council chambers on ordinance number 14-06 on Tuesday, April 22nd, 2014 at 7:15 p.m. or soon thereafter. There will be a public hearing in council chambers on the adoption of the 2014 municipal budget on Tuesday, April 22nd, 2014 at 7:15 or soon thereafter. May I have a motion to adjourn?
Motion to adjourn.
Second.
Thank you very much. Oh, 9:09.